Welcome to the Greyhaven's Hour. We have journeyed through many of Middle-earth's sorrows and renewals. The flowering of the white tree, the healing of wounds, and the grace that flickers in even the darkest souls. But today, we come to the end of the road, not an ending of despair, but the still bright threshold Tolkien called the joy beyond the walls of the world. This is the moment when the ring-bearer lays down his burden, when war and memory fade to silence, and when the sea, that oldest of longings, begins to sing again. In this reflection, we'll walk with Frodo to the Havens and beyond, exploring why peace in the Shire could not heal him, what the voyage west truly means, how Tolkien saw the Havens as a symbol of faith and rest, why Sam's final words carry the heartbeat of all Middle-earth, and how his departure completes Tolkien's vision of hope. Because the Greyhavens is not an escape, they are a renewal of joy. The War of the Rings is long past. The Shire has been restored. The fields are green, the party tree replanted. The laughter fills Hobbiton again. But Frodo is not whole. On each anniversary of Withertop, and again on March 13th, the day of Shelob's sting, pain returns, cold and sharp, like a shadow creeping through sunlight. He tells Sam, there are some wounds that cannot be wholly cured. Tolkien knew what that meant. In his letter, he called it the long defeat, the burden carried by those who fight evil and survive it. The peace they win cannot always be their own. Frodo lives among joy, but feels apart from it. He cannot forget what others no longer remember, and so the healing that touched Minas Tirith cannot reach the deepest wound of all, the unseen scar of bearing too much darkness. Then comes Gandalf's quiet counsel. Your wound will never be wholly cured in Middle-earth. You are to go with the elves. The words sound gentle, but beneath them lies the mystery of Tolkien's theology of grace. The West, the Undying Lands, is not heaven, but the nearest thing the mortals can know of it. It is a place of healing, not immortality. Tolkien wrote in Letter 212 that the voyage to the West was an image of death, and also of grace, release from the weariness of the world. Frodo is being called not to escape, but to rest where time no longer wounds. He once bore the weight of evil, now he will be borne by mercy. On a clear September day, Frodo rides out from Bag End with Sam, Merry and Pippin. No great procession, no banners or horns, only 4 friends on a quiet road. The land is bright with late summer, and the sea wind carries faint salt across the fields. As they near the Greyhavens, Sam begins to hear it. The sound of the sea far off, faint and high. To him it's strange and beautiful. To Frodo it feels like home. Círdan, the shipwright, waits upon the quay. The white ship lies ready, sails furled like wings, and beside it stand Elrond and Galadriel, last of the High Elves, and Gandalf, no longer the Grey. Light clings to him now, like dawn through mist. He has fulfilled his charge, and he will pass west with those he served. Sam cannot understand. He pleads, "But Mr. Frodo, you've left the Shire all right. Are you going to leave it for good?" Frodo answers softly, "It has been saved, but not for me." There is no bitterness in his voice, only acceptance. He fought for the world, but cannot remain in it. This is Tolkien's hardest truth, that sometimes the healer must go where healing can finally reach them. Bilbo, now ancient, is helped aboard first. He sighs. "I am quite ready for another adventure." And Gandalf smiles. "Then the ring bearers should go together." The ship pushes off. Wind fills the sails, and the grey water flows as if lit from within. Then Tolkien gives us one of the most luminous passages in English literature, and it seemed to him that as in his dream in the House of Bombadil, the grey rain curtain turned all to silver glass and was rolled back, and he beheld white shores, and beyond them a far green country under a swift sunrise. That is not merely an ending, it is Eucatastrophe itself, the sudden piercing joy that breaks through sorrow without denying it. Tolkien explained in letter 89, there cannot be any story without a fall, but through that fall comes the glimpse of joy beyond the walls of the world. The Grey Havens are that glimpse. They are not death, but transfiguration, the moment when all suffering is remembered as healing. And beyond, the white shores, the green country awaits. The same creation, made whole again. Then comes the silence. The sea closes behind the ship, the light fades, and Sam stands alone upon the shore. He weeps, not from despair, but from love too full for words. At last he turns and walks home, up the hill, past the party tree, into his own doorway. There is no grand epilogue, only this. He drew a deep breath. "Well, I'm back," he said. That line is Tolkien's entire faith in 6 words. It is the acceptance of endings, the courage to continue living in a world made sacred by loss. Frodo's healing is to depart. Sam's healing is to remain. Both are an act of grace. When Tolkien was asked why the story ends in melancholy, he answered that it must, because the world is marred, yet not abandoned. In his words, the world is full of peril, and in it there is much that is fair. And though in all lands love is now mingled with grief, it still grows, perhaps the greater. That is the renewal of the soul, not a forgetting of pain, but a transformation of it. The Grey Havens are Tolkien's final image of that renewal, the soul's rest after endurance. A quiet faith that every wound can become a window for light. Frodo's journey closes not with victory, but with surrender, and through that surrender, with peace. Thank you for walking this long road with the Grey Havens Hour. From the beginning of the Fellowship to this final white shore, we have followed Tolkien's great rhythm of mercy and restoration, that no darkness can erase what was once freely given in love. The Grey Havens reminds us that endings are never only endings. They are promises, quiet, glimmering, and sure, that what is wounded will one day be made whole. And perhaps that is why Tolkien's last words for Frodo speak so gently across the years. White shores, and beyond them, a far green country under a swift sunrise. May we all find our way there, and when our roads are run, and may peace at last be our home.